Sorry for the background noise. My husband's watching TV. So I'm going to show you how to make a repeating pattern. The first thing I'm going to do is cut this piece of paper into a square because we need a square. This is just a regular 8.5 by 11 cardstock. Okay, so there's our square. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to use stamps because it would take me too long to draw because I'm okay, I'm not a horrible drawer. I'm just learning to draw. So it would take me way too long to draw things all over this paper. So I'm just going to stamp. And I'm trying to leave just a little bit of space around the outside of the paper. I'm doing a bunch of fall motifs because it's fall. And I'm not keeping them all straight because I want them to go all different directions. So like I said, you want to leave a little space around the outside, but it's going to take a little while for me to get enough things on here. Should have used a smaller piece of paper to make it faster. Been having a lot of fun learning how to use Illustrator. So let me know if you guys want me to show you how to make a repeat in Illustrator. It's just that not a lot of people have that program, and it's kind of an expensive program. So I didn't know how much you guys would like to see that. Otherwise, I would have shown you that. So I thought this would be really cool to show you how to make a repeat because I thought something fun might be to have your kids do some artwork and maybe do some artwork, paste it to a square of paper. You could cut it out. If you had them do some small little designs, you could cut the little designs out and paste it to a square. And then this is my favorite stamp. It's true. It's got paint all over it because I've used it for every kind of medium you can think of. Paint and ink and embossing, because I think it's the neat stamp. I don't know why. Just a little like vine with leaves on it, but it just fits with everything. I used to use it in my mixed media stuff when I was doing my little mixed media girls. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, how about a couple more leaves? Going different directions. Ah! Oh, of course, I had to make a mess out of that one, didn't I? Okay, wipe off my stamps. Okay, so I've got it covered pretty well, and there's just a little bit of space around the outside all the way around. So now I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces, but I want to keep the pieces straight so that I know which one went where. So since this was 8.5 by 8.5, I got to cut it 4 1/4, right? It's a good thing I'm a quilter. I remember these things. Okay, so when I move this, I want to make sure that I keep them in order. Cutting it into 4 pieces, 4 squares. Okay, now I don't want to get them mixed up. one's on top. Okay. So this is the way they go. Now you're going to take the top left and move it to the bottom right, and take the bottom right and move it to the top left. And then you're going to do the top right and move it to the bottom left, and the bottom left and move it to the top right. And then I'm going to flip them and tape them together. Get them all nice and straight again. Flip it back. Okay, and now I'm going to turn it this way so that I can tape this together. Just trying to make sure that I don't get them mixed up, that's all. And I'm making sure that they're all lined up straight. So now I have a square again, and I'm going to fill in, see there's some spaces here, that all needs to get filled in. So I'm going to take my favorite stamp again, because it fits in all those fun little cracks. And maybe some more leaves. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to, of this square, I'll be right back. So this is one of those times when you're going to have to do as I say and not as I do. I forgot that when I use my scanner, it doesn't scan all the way to the edge. So we ended up with, there's like about 1/8 of an inch of border around the whole thing. So once I cut those off, it doesn't match up perfectly here. But if instead of making your square 8.5, if you make it 8 instead, and then scan properly, when you cut all your borders off, these all will match up perfectly in the center and you'll have a nice repeat. But as you can see, it does work and you do have a repeat. These, all I did was take, this is the 4 squares that I put together, taped together, and I copied them 4 times, and I made this much larger piece. So this whole piece altogether is 16 by 16 out of an 8-inch square. And that's how you make a repeat. You could keep printing these and keep adding them on, and they would all match up. And I thought, as I was saying before, that it'd be really fun to take your children's artwork, have them make maybe even 4-inch little pieces, and copy it and make big pieces, and then you could take it to a copy store and have them printed on large sheets. You could do wrapping paper with it for the grandparents, pretty much anything. It would be so much fun. You could even print it on fabric on Spoonflower if you just digitally scan it in after you're done with it, and make fabric with your kids' faces. It'd be fun to take pictures and like do a big collage of pictures of your kids' faces, and you could the sky's the limit. You could have things printed, you could have bags printed, pretty much anything you wanted to do. Anyway, I thought this was fun and I thought you guys might like to see how it's done. So I hope you like it and I'll see you later.